But for me, to get real, the
We doing
writing,
that?
yeah,
We're getting real.
we're getting real right now. The writing is finally on the wall, and things
Mm-hmm.
are clear for the movie industry.
Let me tell you something. I know I say that a lot because I'm about to tell you something. So Mulan was taken off of the theatrical schedule to not only 2 weeks afterwards or a few weeks afterwards to be slated to be released on Disney Plus for a premium price of $30 on top of the $6.99 subscription fee per month. Now, Disney says that this is a one-off movie release. So that was as of yesterday. So today the news has changed a bit. It's a one-off movie release and is looking forward to releasing their other titles like Black Widow to theaters. Now, Disney as a company has about 60 million subscribers, just over the 60 million mark for just Disney Plus, and has over 100 million subscribers across all their streaming platforms, which includes ESPN Plus and Hulu. The company is saying one thing and then they're doing something. Tyler, we're getting into the meat of what we're talking about. I'm getting excited now. Tyler, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, one of the things that you didn't mention is the news that did break today, that if you are a Disney Plus subscriber and you pay the $30, you get to keep Mulan in your library. It's not a 48-hour rental or anything like that, as long as you stay a Disney Plus subscriber. So for that $30, you keep the movie.
Got it.
Which is why you were going into the numbers of subscribers, and we've got a lot of data to dive into. But for me, to get real, the writing, yeah, we're
getting real.
We're getting real right now. The writing is finally on the wall, and things are clear for the movie industry. This is not going to be a one-off for Disney, as much as they are saying it. They are testing the waters to see what price people will pay to see big budget movies at home.
Mm-hmm.
And if the getting to keep it afterwards for that price is an even bigger draw to making said purchase.
Mm-hmm.
And if things take off, and this is without us even diving into numbers, if things take off, I fully expect New Mutants and Black Widow to follow. And what you're going to see is, for all the theater chains that are not doing what AMC and Universal did with the shortened theatrical window, a bunch of other theater chains turned that down. I think now you will see them changing their tune and trying to take whatever deal they can get before Mulan debuts on September 4th, September 3rd, which
I think
ironically is the same weekend Tenet is coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So Disney is playing a mind game.
Oh.
But
they're playing
think,
more than a mind game. They're playing more than a mind game, Tyler.
Well, we'll get into that. But I think that you will see all the theater chains start following what AMC and Universal did before that date, because afterwards, I don't think the studios are going to be willing to make that deal.
Yeah.
The time is now ticking for the movie industry.
So Tyler, just before we go into the rest of it, do you mind just recapping that deal real quick for the listeners who probably don't know what that's about?
Which deal?
The AMC Universal deal.
The AMC Universal deal. So the studios and the theaters have an agreement. It used to be 90 days. It worked down to, I believe, was it
17?
30? But it was originally 30 days.
Yes. Yeah, 30-day release window.
So back when I was growing up, when I was a youngin', it was 90 days.
Mm-hmm.
It has now gone down to 30 days from the window of when it plays in the theater to when it can debut on VOD.
Mm-hmm.
So Universal and AMC made a deal to shorten that window even further to 17 days because Universal has seen such great success with all their titles on PVOD. They're really looking to be like, hey, this is where we can make a lot of money, maybe even more than the theaters, because we're probably getting more from it anyway. We aren't splitting profits and things with the theaters. So this was kind of like an olive branch to keep theaters viable.
Right.
And as I said, a lot of other chains balked at it because they wanted to keep that relationship. They wanted to keep the 30 days so that they could potentially survive, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
This changes all that.
This definitely changes all that. Now, Tyler, a couple episodes ago, I spoke to the people, all the people. I said, guys, when Universal's released Trolls to the public and made that mad amount of money, I told everyone, I said, look at where the money's heading. Because as business people, right, you could be a theater purist or a movie experience purist. The fact of the matter is that the distributors have the power right now, because and it's all a chain link of events. When Netflix and Disney had their streaming wars and everyone decided to hop on board, now everyone has the channel between their distribution company and direct to consumer. Cut out the middleman. Right now, the theaters have been the middleman for so many years, and the relationship has been viable because the theatrical experience was something that people were seeking out. Now, we could say that we saw this trend changing with the MPAA putting out that movie theater attendance has gone down roughly about 5 to 6% every year for the past 5 years or so, right? This pandemic has exposed that middleman, seeing that the movie theaters are now closed. What are studios to do but sit on their billion-dollar hands? Universal was the first bold one, but this is why I told you, Ty, they should have gone all the way. They should have gone all the way in and say, yeah, we had an agreement, but you can't uphold your side of the agreement for us, and we're sitting down on billions of dollars of profit when, there's no way that we could uphold the agreement. You can't uphold your end of the agreement, which is for us to have it in the theater for 30 days. You don't have a theater right now. So with that being said, you expect the big bully in the business to make a move like this. I'm not surprised at all that Disney has decided to run out and say, hey guys, we're going to do this thing for real. And they're doing it the right way. We'll see how it goes. But let me put this into perspective for you. If Disney is able to pull this off, all they need is 30% of their total subscription bundle of their subscribers, 30% of their subscribers.
Which is around 60 million, you said?
It was like 18.5 million, 18.15 million, right?
But of the 60 million.
Yes, of the 60 million, the 30% will be around 18 million or so, right? If they get 18 million, and I'm talking total run, the Mulan will be able to make anywhere upwards of $550 million.
So that's insane.
Yes.
That is insane, especially because we talked about this when Trolls came out. It made more money than it would have made going theatrical, which is what you said. Like, the success of that was astronomical. So let's put that in perspective to other Disney live-action movies. Dumbo made 114.7 million total. This is just domestic. Cinderella made 201 million. Maleficent made 241 million. Alice in Wonderland 334. Aladdin 355. Jungle Book 364. Beauty and the Beast 504. And Lion King 543. this would top all of their
All
live
the
action with just 30%.
With just 30%, that's the and it's gonna hit at now the real game, like the real game over would be if they're able to do about half of that on the opening, because we all know that if it released in theater, I don't know about you, but I was gonna probably put it at like 100 million on the opening weekend. That's my thought process.
If it was lucky,
yeah. If it like, and that's why I was gauging between. I was gonna do we used to have a pro box office range, I was gonna gauge between like 80 million to 100 million it will make on the opening weekend. I honestly believe that. I hope that Disney puts out the numbers when this happens. I honestly believe that it's gonna do roughly about 200 million on the opening weekend, and that's me being.
Go ahead.
That's me being pessimistic about it.
And that number would put it above the opening weekend of Lion King, which was 191 million.
Yeah.
And we're not done.
No.
The ripple effect. The ripple effect of what would happen if this is the ripple effect of what would happen if this was a success. So you can't tell me that Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, Peacock, Apple TV, CBS, HBO Max, you aren't telling me that they are not circling that date on the calendar, that if this is a success, they are making deals.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You can't tell me, because Netflix and Paramount already have a relationship. You can't tell me that Paramount isn't ready to dial up Netflix and be like, hey, let's make a premium subscription deal. Mm-hmm. You're telling me Amazon Prime, who would benefit amazingly signing a deal with a company like A24 for a PVOD deal like this.
Correct.
Hulu would get all of Disney's adult content. Peacock would get all of Universal's, which already has its deal with AMC. HBO Max can get all the director's cuts they want and charge a premium price. We don't even know if they aren't going to charge a premium price for the Snyder Cut when it comes out anyway. This might solidify it. Apple TV had great success with Greyhound. It probably, again, made more with Apple TV than it probably would have going theatrical, even though that is a movie that would have probably looked awesome on a big screen. One of the few positives that I found in that movie was it probably would look cool on a big screen. Right. So it's crazy to think in a period of, 2 weeks since we last recorded, but in like a day. So yeah, yesterday the Mulan deal was a big deal going VOD, and then the $30. And me thinking when I saw that news, okay, like we'll see how this goes. But the fact that you get to keep it as long as you stay a subscriber, that's game changing.
Yeah.
That is something. And as much as it hurts, we might only be seeing specialty theater chains here soon. That this could be a death blow to the theaters, because I can tell you right now, Disney doesn't care about the theaters.
No, absolutely not.
They would not have done this if they cared.
Absolutely not.
This is their mic drop moment, and they're only saying that this is a one-off until it's a rousing success, and then they're out.